You're the only one that can determine your own work-life balance. Companies are innate things. I mean, they will take everything they can from you. And it's not a bad thing. They just will, as will bosses. I mean, you give it, they'll take it. Mm-hmm. And when people ask for, I need roof, I'm like, okay, I had to come with terms with, the criminal was me. Mm-hmm. If I needed that balance, I had to set those boundaries. And so when I comment about a family, because I am in extreme awe of people with children who work, it is a extremely hard thing to do. I watch my siblings. I love my nieces and nephews. And, the emotional, their pain is your pain every minute of a day. And then you still have a job on top of it. And so when my mom had to go back to school and had to work, I was the one. And so when she couldn't go to the teacher meeting, I went to the teacher meeting. And so in some ways, and there's an age gap between my brother and I and my other two sisters. And so I'm still, they still call me Mama Bear even. I mean, I'm extremely protective of all of them. And it is as if I had raised them. And my mom did a great job raising them. I didn't, but I was there. And so when it came time to have children, and my husband came from a family where his father died and was raised by a single mother, very, very similar endpoint, different reasons why he ended up, his father did not abandon them. And I don't want people to believe to do my job, you can have no children. That is not right. I know other great women CEOs, Marilyn Houston, who ran Lockheed Martin, extremely technical company, Mary Barra, who runs General Motors, Ellen Coleman, who runs DuPont. These are all my friends to this day. And they've been fantastic mothers and husbands, good parents, right? And so I talk about it because it was a choice we made. And so, we both felt, look, we'd reached a point where, for his reasons, what he had to do, I'd already felt that way, and that we were comfortable just being great aunts and uncles. And I'm a great aunt. I like to think that for my little guys, and they're older now, but lots of them. And there's no doubt, though, the choices we made, Mark and I, that made it easier for me to focus on work. I mean, it's just math, mm-hmm. When you've got less people to have to take care of. And so I'm very considerate of that. And I think much of it informed many of the policies I put into, because I had such great empathy for those who then still had these other responsibilities. And I desperately wanted them all to stay in the workforce. So I can remember, and my siblings have been more successful than I, by the way. I mean, to my mother's credit. And my one sister who, went to Northwestern, has an MBA, built some of the most sophisticated systems. She spent her whole career at Accenture and just recently retired as a chief executive of all of consulting. But at one point, she took off time to spend with her family, and then went to go back to work. She's talking to me, and she's like, I don't know if I should go back to work. Maybe life's past. Technology goes so fast. It's been a few years. I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look at her credentials. They're far outstanding. I'm like, and I thought to myself, like, ding, one of those moments. If my own sister feels that way with all her credentials, I'll bet. I went back to work the next day and I said, hey, pull for me all the people who've left for parental reasons or whatever, family reasons, and didn't come back. And it began a program of returnships. And I can't tell you how many, in men and women, it was because they didn't feel confident to come back. They thought technology passed them by. Okay, we said, it's 3 months. You could stay 1 month, 3 months, doesn't matter. Well, a lot of people, like, one day, they're like, you're right, not that much happened. I mean, it happened, but I caught up. I actually know more than I think, so it was a long answer to your question about, I didn't, but I am so empathetic, and I am in awe of what they are able to do. So, and it made me then, I think, more empathetic to the policies and the like around that topic, so you could keep great people in the workforce.